Okay, so on to part 2 of my attempt at finding out if Astral Radiance is weighable or not. Pretty confident that it is, but I didn't quite get definitive proof in the last video, so I just wanted to be extra confident in whatever answer I come up with. So once again, I will skip until after I have weighed everything with this. Might actually just speed it up this time. Okay, so overall, the weights on these packs are on average lower than what they were in the last video. This one here is way lower than anything I saw last time. And just in general, I didn't have hardly any that were under 21.6 grams last time. This time I've got a whole lot of them. These were a single regular holo last time. No full arts, no trainer galleries or anything. Just a regular holo and anything less than 21.61. So we'll see if that's consistent. But just like last time, I would like to start off with the middleweight packs because those ones should be the ones that don't have hits. Last time, they usually didn't have hits, but they still did occasionally, so that's what made it inconclusive, because they technically should have 0 hits in them, not occasionally getting hits in them. But what made it really confusing was that literally every single one of the light packs and heavy packs had hits in them. That made it really hard to tell. I could not give a definitive answer last time, but I was definitely leaning towards yes, that Astral Radiance is weighable. It would make sense because the code card looks exactly the same as it did in Brilliant Stars, and it's got the exact same types of cards in it that Brilliant Stars has with trainer galleries. The Radiant Collection cards might throw it off a little. I guess it's not really that much of a collection, it's only 3 Radiant cards, but those ones I think were in the heavy packs, the Radiant cards. Not sure if they are actually heavier because I think 2 out of 3 of them I got a full art behind the Radiant cards. But as far as just overall pack weight of the entire booster box, it's looking pretty consistent with what you'd expect in a weighable set, because the mid-weight packs are the ones that don't have hits, and you should technically get a lot more of those weights than you would get of the lighter stuff versus the heavier stuff. So in that regard, it doesn't look good, as well as, like I said, I was leaning towards it is weighable based on the last video. But, I mean, if it is, you know, I don't know what kind of precedent that sets, because Pokemon seem to be straying away from weighable sets for so many years, and then they just randomly switch back to them. Maybe because there's trainer galleries in these ones, they just can't find a way to not make it weighable, because before it was just a full art, so they could sort of compensate for the weight by giving it a code card with a slightly different weight. So if it's a full art, they give you a black code card. I guess it's lighter, and the full art's heavier, so it evens out. But in Astral Radiance and Brilliant Stars, they have a trainer gallery and a full art, and some of them have one being a trainer gallery or a full art, and some of them have both, and so one code card, I guess, can't really fix that issue if you have 2. I mean, that would be my guess for Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance as to why they gave up on making sets no longer weighable. But at the same time, Fusion Strike didn't have anything at all like that, and they still made that set weighable, so yeah, Fusion Strike just has no defense whatsoever. Maybe it was an accident? That's all I can really think of for that set. So we get our first full art from the midweight sets. I was hoping I'd get 0 this time so I could really get a definitive answer. But I think Fusion Strike was the same way, where occasionally the midweight sets still gave you full arts, so this is probably the same thing. At the very least, it's nice to see that the first full art I get in this opening is not a duplicate, because boy, do I love pulling duplicates on my YouTube channel. It's all I ever get in every other set. Or nothing, like Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars has just been terrible to me lately. But yeah, my first opening for Astral Radiance, I was extremely impressed. Specifically by the pull rates, I should say. I was not impressed by the value. I got a couple cards that were over $10, which is nice, but they were just barely over 10. And the set is brand new right now, and if it's anything like Brilliant Stars and practically every other new set, like a week to a month after the sets come out, that's a new one, they drop in value massively. But that's Cleaver right there. Seems like Cleaver is not all that popular. We also got a holo, so that was like a double hit pack in one of the midweights. Not looking good for confirmation on whether or not it's weighable. Maybe it was just a huge coincidence in the last video. Maybe even 2 booster boxes isn't going to be enough of a sample size, because it could just be that the weights that I'm getting aren't typical. Maybe what I am classifying as midweights aren't actually midweight packs, and most people, when they open booster boxes, the weights are going to be more in like the 21.8 to 21.9 range, and I'm just not getting any of those. I don't know. But with my current knowledge, based on how the last video went, even if the midweight packs do sometimes have hits in them, both the heavy and light ones from the last video, every single one of those packs guaranteed a hit, or 2 in the heavies actually. So that's still terrible, because anyone could go to the store and specifically avoid the middleweight packs and just go for the heavies or the super light ones. It definitely appears as though the heavies are better though, because the light ones from the last video were just regular holos and people don't really care about those. I just kind of spoiled the code card when I opened it for myself, and if I could see it, I'm assuming you could see it as well, but there can still be trainer galleries in white code cards, so I do still need to go through it. But I'm not too sure how much of an issue weighing packs really is if you're buying in stores, because I feel like no retailers in my area, at least, I don't think I've ever seen loose packs. I've only seen sleeved boosters of any set, really. I don't think I've ever seen a set in stores that was not sleeved. Where the real issue comes in, though, is if you try and buy any of these online, a lot of people, they just open the booster boxes and then they sell them as loose packs. Most people probably don't weigh the packs, because it's a very quick way to get your store to have very bad reviews and a bad reputation. If you weigh packs and somebody buys 30 packs from you and they get 0 hits. Another new full art, that's good. A Lilligant V, that's a super low tier, technically not a full art, but I call it a full art. Don't really understand the difference. I can tell by looking at it, but this, I mean, how is this not considered a full art? Like, the entire card is an artwork. I don't understand the naming behind it. But yeah, I definitely consider that pack to have been a midweight at 21.72, so I guess at the very least, if somebody does try to scam you, you can still technically get a full art in it. It's just your chances are much lower. Who knows? Maybe last time it was all just a coincidence that every single heavy and every single light had a hit in it. But we will find out later in the video. We got the Dialga V-Star. I think there's both a Rainbow Rare and Gold version of this. So this is the lowest tier of it. But Dialga is still like the main reason. maybe second main reason that people open this set. I think the Dialga looks cooler than the Palkia Hisuian form. I'm not really a fan of either form, really, but I just think they're kind of both big downgrades from the original forms and would have preferred if they just kept it that way. Or at the very least, you know, I guess the Galarian forms of like the Bird Trio, they all look pretty cool. But both forms of the legendary Hisuian forms, I'm not a fan of either one, which is really sad because you'd think the legendaries, as important as Dialga and Palkia are, they're like the controllers of time and space. You'd think they'd have a really, really interesting design, or at least I'd hope that Pokemon would put a whole lot of time into their designs, but I'm not a fan of them. But yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a trainer gallery. Can only tell by the TG on it because that Adaman card I got in the last video was not a trainer gallery and it was just a full art trainer. So really can't tell the difference just by looking at them. My only hope is going off the numbers. Melanie from a different set though was, I think, one of the most expensive trainer cards. I think I might actually be getting even more full arts from the Middleweight Packs this time around than I did last time. I honestly was expecting that the last video was just a freak incident and I would immediately get a very definitive, clear answer in this video. But instead, this is somehow even more confusing now, and this one was 21.78. That's in the upper range. I kind of was thinking I'd only count like above 0.8 for high weights, but maybe the upper 21.7s is also considered a heavyweight. So these two stacks here, I'm not sure if I'd consider them midweight or lightweight. I guess we'll see. I'm gonna guess that these are midweights just because I feel like I have too many of them, because every single one of these should be a holo, and that's an entire booster box worth of holos, so I'd be really surprised if I got like an additional 5 holos from those two stacks alone. But just the number of the new full arts I've been getting in this video is very surprising to me. I haven't gotten a single duplicate yet. So that was not a holo. That was just a regular rare. Definitely with this pile, I'd assume it's going to be midweight. The 21.61, I could see that going either way, but I'd still lean towards them being considered midweight. I just realized I didn't pick up the energy from the last one. Whoops. A little bit messy. So this one... Oh man. That's insane. I actually watched this small YouTuber, Ava's Binder, I think is what it's called. Her channel is called. And this was the card that she wanted, and she got it like on her 3rd pack. First booster box ever, 3rd pack, and now I get it on my 2nd booster box. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the rarest, most expensive card in the set. And as I've mentioned a few times, I mean, the artwork itself is awesome. I get that. But just the form of Palkia, I think Palkia looks so dumb in that form, but the artwork is so cool on this, so I'm still happy to have it. By the way, the centering practically looks perfect on this, so I think I'm going to add this to the list of cards I will be getting graded. I was talking about in my last video, I was saying I can't imagine my next box of Astral Radiance being anywhere near as good. I think I got 14 hits, not including holos. I think with holos it was like 20 or 21. But yeah, I got 14 like full art type cards, and that's a lot. That's a very large number, but the total value I got was only like in the low 60s, I think. Actually, I think after the bulk it was like 77. So that's good. That is good. But this one, is beating that completely, entirely because of that Palkia. I believe that Palkia, without having looked it up myself, just from hearing other people talk about it, I think it was originally a $70 card. But again, like I said, within the first month, sets tend to plummet in value. Okay, even if these cards plummet in value, I still think I'm going to be profitable on the value I got in these cards. Typhlosion Regular is my favorite Pokemon ever. This version of Typhlosion, he's okay. I mean, definitely a downgrade for me, but he still looks enough like regular Typhlosion that I'm happy to have this. Unfortunately, this one has significantly worse centering. I have no clue what the value is on it, but I wouldn't even attempt to grade this. This might even get an 8 because of how bad the border is on this side compared to this side. This border is so much thicker than this one. Wow, this is crazy though. I mean, I gotta focus on the weights of these packs because I mean, it's in the video, so you guys will know, but when I get hits like that, I completely lose focus. I totally forgot what the weight of this pack was. I think it was 21.61. So, last time the lightweights had regular holos exclusively. If that was considered a lightweight, then that is not consistent with what I found in the first video. So I've already gotten a whole lot of hits, but we are technically on to only lights and only heavies remaining. So technically every single one of these should be a hit, whether it's just a holo or a full art or a trainer gallery or a radiant collection. All of those things count as hits. And these should entirely be regular holos. It's possible that this still doesn't count as light because, I mean, it goes all the way down to 21.45, so 21.59 is pretty far from there, so these could still be considered midweights. In the last video, though, yeah, anything under 21.6 gave me all holos, and I think it was 5 packs, so 5 in a row that all had holos with all being in a certain weight range. That just seems like too much of a coincidence because you only have like a 1 in 3 chance of getting a holo from a pack, so that would be absurd odds. If I don't start getting holos in this one though, that's kind of gonna go against everything I thought from the first booster box video. Yeah, I'm thinking in the last video, when I got to 21.5, it wasn't the upper end, though. I think the heaviest one was, like, this weight, 21.55. So, I guess it still could be consistent if starting here, everything is a holo. I'd have to go back and check what the weights were in the previous video to be sure of that. This is a holo. So, I'd say if every single one of these is a holo, that'd be proof enough for me to say it is weighable. To anyone who's just coming here to try and find out if this set is weighable or not, sorry for wasting your time, but this is my first ever booster box video, or my second technically, but it's an immediate continuation, so it feels like it's still the first video. But yeah, this is my first time doing anything with Astral Radiance, so at the same time that I want to weigh it and figure it out, I also just want to show it off as a set. There's another holo. It's being consistent now, but yeah, I'm just wanting to show off every single set that I can get. By that I mean, like, can afford. Also, it has to be in stock, so anything that would be out of stock also I wouldn't be able to get, but anything I can get at a affordable price, I'd like to show off at least once. Normally, I don't do 2 booster box openings of any set whatsoever. Another holo. Looking like it's weighable. Yeah, I honestly had no plans whatsoever to open that second booster box. I was just going to break the pack open, the booster box open, and then try and sell the booster packs as singles, because that's one of my main ways of making money, because I don't have a distributor, so I just buy in bulk and then sell in singles, and you have very slim profit margins doing that. But that was my plan, and the only reason I'm opening this one that is not a holo is because I couldn't figure out in the first video if this set was weighable or not, and it's kind of looking like I might not be able to figure it out this time either. So when it comes to mid-range weight packs, there can be oddities where sometimes you get a full art and the set can still be weighable. But when it comes to the lights and the heavies, a single time, a single instance of there being, in this case, not a holo, that is much more solid proof that the set is not weighable than the mid-range packs having something in it. But it's so weird because, like I said, this is only a 1 in 3 chance to get a holo, and this is like the 6th pack or something. 5 out of 6, that's crazy. So this one is the lightest pack I have ever seen of this set out of 72 packs. So if this one doesn't have a regular holo, that will be, I would say that confirms light packs aren't weighable. I don't know. This is the most confusing set I've ever seen when it comes to weighing, because I also tested out Fusion Strike to try and figure out how that one is weighed. But I should have done the same with Brilliant Stars just to test it out. It is a regular holo, so that's like 6 out of 7. At the very least, in the previous video, every single one of the heavy packs was also a guaranteed hit. So if that happens here, then the heavy packs at least will be consistent. I'm still leaning towards this being a weighable set. I just can't see all of the light packs having 6 out of the 7 of the holos, because that's like every single holo in the box practically. And that's a double hit in a heavy pack. Again, double hits are so rare, and it happened at least twice in the last video, and it was in a heavy pack, and it immediately happens on the first heavy pack of this video as well. Calyrex, not one of my favorite Pokemon, but these gold cards, the way they're designed, the black and gold, I love the way these are designed, so I still think this is a cool card, even though it's not really a Pokemon I find that cool. And honestly, when you can't see Palkia's dumb little legs, he actually looks kind of cooler. So everything I've heard about this set is just people saying that the hit rates suck in this set. 2 booster boxes, not a big sample size. I have a very good first impression of this set, though. I mean, like I said, I never generally open 2 booster boxes of any sets, but I'd say the only set that's ever even come close to doing this well is Evolving Skies. So this isn't a double, but it's still a hit. Strange that the same weight cannot have a double. I don't get how that works, but I have this card in Japanese, graded actually, CGC 9.5. Don't know which one's worth more, whether it's the Japanese or this one, but this is a really cool card. I didn't realize it was a trainer gallery, actually, since I can't read Japanese. But yeah, like I said, I got 14 hits in the last box, and I'm probably not too far off from getting 14 in this one. I am noticing, though, that I got all 3 variants of the Radiant cards. I got the Hawlucha, the Heatran, and the Greninja all in my last box, and in this one, I got 0. I was actually second guessing myself in the last video because I mentioned that I thought you were only supposed to get 1 Radiant card per box, and I got all 3, but after this one, yeah, it's kind of looking like you are only supposed to get 1, so me getting all 3 was crazy. Weirdeer. I have 3 variants of Weirdeer now from this set. I got 2 in the last video. As far as the Radiant cards go, though, I'm very surprised if it really is you're only supposed to get 1 per box, because when I looked up the value of them, I was very shocked to see that they are like $2 to $3 cards. I was talking about the Greninja is the most expensive one, and when I got it, I was thinking, oh, that's a valuable card. Yeah, no, it was like $3.50. So crazy how rare those are and how little value they have. I didn't know this was in the set. I think I have a Warp Energy graded PSA 10. So all the energy ones, the ones that are like white colorless, look so similar. Mighty Anna, did I get this? Maybe I saw somebody else get this. This is another one of those ones. It's super familiar looking to me. I probably just saw it in a YouTube video. I don't think I pulled this myself. So we're on to the final pack, the heaviest pack. So the most likely to have a hit in it. And if it doesn't, then yeah, that'd be very strange. But at this point, I feel very confident in saying, yes, this set is weighable, but it is mostly just the heavy packs that people would want, not the light packs. So if you like see listings on eBay saying weighed super light, then that's probably not a good thing. Wow, Melanie is in this one too. We have her Frostmoth, and we have the regular Typhlosion V-Star. So I've got both Typhlosions in one video. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think this is enough proof for me to say this set is indeed weighable. Okay, this is insane. Like, I was talking about at the end of my last video how ridiculous the number of full arts I got was. I got 14 in that one. This one, I got 16. And last time I got 6 holos. This time I got 7 holos. 16 full arts and 7 holos. That's 23 out of 36 packs. Some of them were doubles, but still, that is got to be unheard of. I'm probably never touching this set again because from what I've heard, people say the pull rates are terrible, and both my boxes went amazing. I'm just going to quit while I'm ahead. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave me a like, subscribe if you're new. I've got affiliate links. I'll probably leave them in a pinned comment, but they're in the description down below, as well as my store and my Patreon. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.